O Great Spirit, saints and sages of all times, of all places, O ye path makers of old, most beloved and precious Gurus of the Holy Kriya lineage, Om Shri Babaji Namaha, Om Shri Lahiri Mahasayaji Namaha, Om Shri Yukateshwarji Namaha, Om Shri Paramahansa Yoganandaji Namaha, Om Shri Satguru Shaliji Namaha, Om Shri Swami Pranananda Namaha. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors of all of our lineages, of our bloodlines and our adopted lines, Namaste. Most beloved and precious Ishtativata, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, Namaste. Be with us. Sweep clear our path. Be with us. Sweep clear our path. Be with us. Sweep clear our path. Focus your attention at the sun center, the point between your eyes, and turn your head to the left, exhaling twice with the resurrection breath. Bring the head back to the center and let the breath begin to breathe itself. Take 3 long inhalations and exhalations. Now pull the energy from the limbs of the body to the trunk. Use the sipping breath, inhaling as if through a straw. From the trunk to the spinal column, from the base of the spine to the sun center, move that energy out in front of you as a golden ball of light. Expand it to a sheet of light. And now moving to the left, encase your entire being in this golden sheet of light. And do this 2 more times. And now expand that golden sheet of light to a ball of light surrounding your entire being. And now, focusing the attention at the sun center, ascend upward above the room you're in, above the building, above the continent, as high as you are able. Ascending on the mantra. Until you reach the loka of the meditators. Finding your meditation spot. Focus your attention at the sun center. Now in your mind's eye, bring forth the most beautiful object of beauty to you at this moment. The most beautiful form of beauty. That which for you is more beautiful than any other beauty in life, any other object of beauty in life. Focus your mind's eye on that beauty. Sharpen it so you might see more clearly. Bring the object of beauty closer to your mind's eye. See its shape, its color, its form. Feel the object of beauty. Smell the object of beauty. Taste the object of beauty. Breathe in the object of beauty. Let your breath enter the object of beauty. Become one with that beauty. Breathe and become one with the beauty. Now feel the object of beauty at your sun center. Bring it directly over your spinal column. And as you breathe, the object of beauty becomes golden dewdrops pouring down through your spinal column, pouring down through your sesamotic channel. Feel the beauty pouring as golden light, filling your spine, radiating out through your entire being, filling each chakra petal, spilling over and filling every cell of your physical being. Filling you. Take this beauty which thou art, the golden light that has filled each cell of your being, the beauty which fills each cell of your being, and radiate it forth upon the Om mantra, letting it radiate to the universe. Breathing in, feel the beauty. Exhaling, radiate the beauty. Opening your heart center. Radiate that beauty to all in need. That the bliss of the beauty give that which is needed. Om. beauty. Holding that sweetness. Bringing it close to your sun center. As it is filling every cell of your being, cherish it, hold it, share it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Continue to hold that feeling of beauty. Namaste. Welcome. Thank you for welcoming to your heart all of us today, and all of the beings who need to feel that beauty and love. Today is the full moon in the zodiacal sign of Leo. The sign that says, I will. The sign that implies that that which I will come to pass. There's a petite problem. It also says that which you will come to pass. What do we do when what you will and what I will, they don't merge, they clash? No balance, but clashing. Each soul must find a path to follow. Each soul must find a philosophy to follow. Each soul must find guiding principles and values with which to live their life by. That's why we seek. For some of us, the path of Kriya Yoga is a path of great benefit. For me, it's the best path I've found so far for me to answer the questions of life and to make life more joy-filled every day. It's a very practical philosophy. We began by moving our consciousness today from whatever everyday consciousness it was, up from the Mars chakra of everyday awareness to the Venus, to the heart, and then sharing that with all of life. It was very nice. I thank you for that. Now, once upon a time, there was a guru, and the guru had a disciple, and the disciple was a Leo. And the disciple was really a good guy, really a good guy. He really was. But he was a Leo. And he had that consciousness that everything should work around his timing. Everything should work around his patterning. He studied with his guru for 12 years. And the guru thought, well, you know, he's ready. I think he's ready. And he said, I'll tell you what. You've done a really good job. I'd like to transfer this great mystical secret to you. Yum, 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 yum. That is, oh boy, good. Finally. I wonder what it is. But you have to meet me at the top of the mountain. the top of Mount Meru. You have to meet me, that mountain over there. 3 days at sunrise. 3 days at sunrise. You leave tomorrow morning, I leave today. The Guru takes his little water pack and ascends up the mountain. Walking slowly, walking steadily, stopping to meditate. Walking slowly, walking surely, stopping to meditate. Gets to the top of the mountain and sits and waits. He's there 2 days early. Waits, sunrise, sunset, no disciple. Moonrise, moonset, no disciple. Sunrise next day, no disciple. Sunset, no disciple. Moonrise, no disciple. Moonset, no disciple. Oh, day 3. The Guru starts looking at his psychic spiritual watch and says, oh boy, I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it. You know, the Guru really does want the best for the disciple. Always wants the best. I hope he makes it. Sunrise comes, no disciple. Noontime comes, no disciple. The Guru packs up his water and starts to descend down the mountain. Gets just a little bit ways, just outside of the meditation place. Stops to have a little water. And coming up him, through the bushes, up the mountain, he hears this, What in heaven's name is that? All this noise going through the bush. What is that? What is that? And into the clearing comes the disciple. Sweating, just sweating and moaning and tired and exhausted. The Guru says, oh, nice to see you. What have you got there with you? Well, I have my groceries. I have my sleeping bag. I have my tent. I have the raft that I built to get across the river that I had to cross to get here. I have a gift for you. And the Guru says, looks to me like you've got 3 rolling bags there. Looks to me like you've got packages and packages, enough groceries for a month for 12 people. Looks to me like that's a pretty heavy raft. What are you thinking? Well, I needed to be prepared. I needed to be prepared. You've always taught me to be prepared. And I needed all these things to be prepared. The Guru sits down and, blesses himself with the water, blesses his disciple with the water, and says, I'm sorry. Sit here a moment. You missed the window. Oh no. Oh no. I know, Guruji, it doesn't matter. The timing doesn't matter. You can give me this blessing now. I came all this way. I know that you, if you wish to, if you just will it, you can give it to me now. No, I'm sorry, I cannot. Life doesn't work like that. The time has passed. No more time. No more time to give you this sacred teaching. It's gone. And the disciple weeps and wails and pleads and screams and yells and begs. and finally collapses and says, what did I do wrong? The Guru said, it's simple. I only told you one thing. I said you needed to be here by sunrise on the third day. By sunrise. I didn't say at sunrise. I didn't say 5 minutes after sunrise. I said by sunrise. That really means that you should be here a couple hours before and prepare yourself. Sit in preparation. It's a ritual, my dear. Prepare. Why do you have all these groceries? Well, in case I got hungry. Oh, it's only 3 days. You couldn't fast a little? I can see the water, but you couldn't fast a little? Or take a fifth of the groceries? Why all the rolling bags? Why all the clothes? Why all the sleeping bag? I wanted to be comfortable. You couldn't be comfortable with less? And why the raft? What is this? You've dragged this log raft up here? Through the mountains, through the forest? It's a wonder you arrived here at all. Well, I came across a river. Yes, I know, I crossed that river too. Well, I couldn't figure out how to get across. Did you walk to see if there was a narrow part? No, I thought it would be easier to just build a raft. And I cut down some trees and I built a raft. That's what I have the axe for. And I carried it across. Okay, well, why didn't you leave it there? Well, you never know. I might need it again. C'est la vie. The time is past. The window is closed. Do not be despondent. It'll come around again in another lifetime. Maybe in this lifetime in another 12 years. And all the weeping and wailing that the disciple did, all the stomping of feet, all of the yelling and screaming and insisting that it had to be now, because that was the way that he wanted it. It did no good. The door did not open, the gate did not open, the time did not open. And so he went back. Left all his stuff, went back to the ashram, and continued to study with his guru. I'll leave it to your imagination as to what happened when he went back. What happened when the door opened the next time. Whether he knew how to leave everything behind. Whether he knew what was important. Now, you and I, we need to understand this. Timing is everything. One of the great blessings of Kriya Yoga, it teaches us and shows us the sacred science of time. You know, the flower doesn't blossom except when it is planted at the right time, nourished in the right way, and the time gate opens for it to blossom. All of the things that you want in your life, all of the things that you wish to draw into your life, will come to you at the right time in the right way. But you must know how to let go, when to let go, when it's time to say, I need to let that raft go. I need to let those groceries go. I need to let those clothes go. Fine. How about I need to let those beliefs go? I need to let those thoughts go that I have been clinging to as if they were mine. Hey, you know this. But boy, it's a mystery, isn't it? Thoughts are immortal. Thoughts are eternal. And yet, a thought arises in our mind and we say, oh, I like this thought. Oh, I'm going to make it mine. And we possess it. We possess the thought. We possess it and we make it the best thought, the only thought, the right thought. And then we stir it up with righteousness. One of my a beautiful soul that I know said to the other day that they were righteously indignant. I love that phrase, righteously indignant. Great phrase. They had a thought, and they clung. Somebody else had a thought that came into their universe, and they didn't like that. They didn't like the thought, and they became emotional about it. And the emotion that came up was anger. And the emotion that came up was self-righteousness. And the emotion that came up was, this should not be. I will that it be different. What right do they have? Yeah. It's just a thought. They had a thought, they shared it. You had a thought, you shared it. They had a thought, you don't like it. You're not liking it. It's just a thought that you have grabbed onto, that you have said, oh, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. And not only do we have these thoughts that we say, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, but even more so, we prioritize them. Oh yes, this is the most important thing. Then there's this, then there's this, then there's this. And everybody needs to have the same priority that I do. Because that's the righteous way. That's the right way. That's the way life should be. That's the way life is. No, no, no. I am thinking not. Not upon this earth plane, not in these human bodies through which we are living and experiencing life. How can you have a billion people who all are right in their thinking, who all have the correct thought? You have oppositions, you have anger, you have discontent. And some places you have bliss and joy and beauty. You want to find those places of bliss and joy and beauty. But how do you do it? You recognize, first and foremost, that life's delays are not life's denials. Remember that. It is a consolation. Because there's something you want in your life at this time, and it hasn't manifested yet. It doesn't mean it won't. It will. If it's important enough to you, it will manifest. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in 12 years, maybe not in this lifetime, but it will manifest in your lifetime. In one of your incarnations, it will manifest. And most likely, for most things that you want, it's going to manifest in this lifetime. But not like this. It is the problem of some of the technology we have. The blessing of the technology is how instantaneous it is. The problem is the mind begins to think that because I can swap this way or whatever the way is, or push a button, and have an end result that we think we're seeking, that is the way that life works. That's the way it works on the physical plane, that's the way it works on the astral plane. And it's not. It is not the way life works. Years and years and years ago, when we first started getting home computers, so this is a long time ago, we had a computer in our home, and it was I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the computer. And I would get in front of it, and it would work really well. And then something would happen and it would stop working. Now this is how I thought. Something happened and it stopped working. And so I'd start pushing buttons. kind of randomly, to be very honest with you. And then my mind would become very emotional. And one day, my husband came in the room and he was with me, and he says, please don't be offended, but there's a logic to this. I said, there is? He said, yes. What are you trying to do? And I explained it, and he said, well, you hold this button down, you do this, and you push this, and that's how you're going to get it. I did what he said, and I got there. It was right, And I said, well, how did you know that? And he said, well, I read the instructions. I read the instruction manual. Now, that may seem really silly now, especially since everything is so user-friendly, if you will. But I said, you mean, I was confused. I will admit to being confused and kind of having to say, it's not like a human. Or even better, it is like a human. You have to know how to speak to it to get it to do what you are hoping it will do, or to go in the direction you are hoping it will go, or to help you the way you are hoping it will help you. And it took me a little while, I will admit, to realize, there is an order to this. There's an order to life. Now, I knew at that point there was an order to life, but somehow I couldn't see that there was an order to the computers. I have since learned that one of the greatest blessings that we have in the modern world is instruction manuals. You get something and you have an instruction manual that tells you step by step by step by step what to do. And that, my beloved, is the spiritual science, the ancient, esoteric, mystical science of Kriya Yoga. The science which brings you today, now, at this moment, to a full life, which will carry you into the future. As Pluto moves into Aquarius, when we will see the next 40 years and beyond, a new way of living. But Kriya gives you the directions, the manual, the methods which you can apply in your life regardless of the change. And we talked at the beginning, I talked to you about the importance of knowing time and time gates. My personality has a lot of Capricorn in it, which means that it's very focused on how everything is utilized, how it applies in the earth plane. Philosophy is wonderful, but I want to know, my personality wants to know, how do I use it? What's it good for? To improve my life, to improve my understanding of life in this loka in which I find myself with you. And so, as we began talking about the need to recognize timing and why timing is so important, take that opening concept, that thought. That disciple missed a great mystical opportunity, missed an initiation, missed a great blessing for the time. Not completely, had to go back and work again and again and again, and the time would arise and open again. But we cause ourselves pain and anguish when we want something to happen and the time's not right, or when the time is right and we are not prepared, or when we know that the time is coming and we think we're prepared, but the habits of the mind impede us. The habits of the past cause us to slip. cause us to slip and need to get up again and walk again and again and again and again. And so, you can say, well, what does Kriya offer? Well, the yama niyamas, the psychological principles by which you can organize your life. It's not, when I'm saying life, I'm trying to say to you, there is no separation between you and this, between you and me. There's only life. You and your life are a microcosm of this macrocosm. Everything that happens internally, it's resonating within you. Everything that happens within you is there. The seed, the bindu. Within the seed, within the bindu of which thou has created this incarnation, is the seed of all of your experiences, all of your thoughts in this incarnation, all of your life experiences upon the earth, past, present, and future. Now, how do you optimize that? In the early 1930s, there was a gentleman who brought over from the Himalayas a seed of a Himalayan pine tree. And he brought it over to the Morton Arboretum. And he wanted to know, the experiment was, would it grow in this environment? I gather he took the seed elsewhere also. But surprise, 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 close to 100 years later, the tree is enormous, enormous. The largest tree in their whole arboretum, from this single seed that was carried across the ocean. But you know what? It's not as big, it's not as healthy as it was in its home country. It has adapted, it is beautiful, it is living a beautiful life. But it hasn't been here quite long enough. Not quite yet. I think one day it's going to get there, where it will live its fullest, its best in the new environment. But like that seed, like that tree, adjusting, adapting to the new environment, you and I, when the environment changes, when life changes, we need to know what to do. We need to know how to do it. And that requires tarka. It requires reflection. Stopping. And don't get stuck here. That's useless. The thoughts, they churn. No. You have a problem you're trying to solve, and your mind goes round and round and round and round and round. And you do this, and you do that, and you do the other thing, and you haven't solved it. What do? I think I should ascend upward. I think I should meditate. I think I should take that problem and call upon the powers that be and say, here, would you please help me? Help me bring the right people into my life, the right words, the right circumstances, the right thoughts, so that I will resolve this problem. Always remember, you want to find a solution to your problem. And if you knew the solution before you began, why, you wouldn't have to turn inward and reflect. And you've had these moments, you know them. You know when you have a life problem and you instantaneously, yes, I can go do that. I've tasted the soup. I think it needs a little oregano. And you go add the oregano to it. Yes, this is a problem with this person that I'm speaking to. I think if I just change my voice or use different words, it would be good. Now, I want to conclude. What have I said? I've tried to say timing is everything. That we must let go. There are times when we must let go of the old thoughts that we're dragging with us, the old beliefs that we're dragging with us, the old limitations that we're dragging with us, that will stop us from receiving the great blessings that we have waiting for us in life. I've said you might want to let go of possessing those thoughts that you love so dearly. You just might want to let go of them. Just maybe let go of feeling that this is mine, this is right. And see the other person for a change, or see from all 365 degrees. Wow, that's a different view, isn't it? That which you need, that which you wish will come into your life. But know what it is that you want. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be more joy-filled? Do you want to understand the nature of life? Do you want to understand the mysteries of life? Do you want to see beyond this klesha that you're living in? I hope so. Reflect, reflect, reflect. And, if you will, stop beating your head. Stop beating your head with the wooden board. And what do I mean? It's when you're trying to solve something and you're going down the same path again and again and again and again. And the thoughts become more and more disorganized, more and more imbalanced, more and more insane, if you will. Let go of them. Stop, reflect, turn inward, turn upward, ascend. And look around you. The world is filled with helpers. But you must turn inward. Helpers from this plane, helpers from the other plane. Your obstacles will be dissolved. Just turn inward and ask. But know what you're asking for. Understand what you're trying to accomplish with your life. In the coming year, I will be sharing with you on Sundays and in other class forms the methods that Kriya offers us. The light that Kriya shines, that enables you to develop the skills you need as you walk through life, so that it's more harmonious for you and for all of the others. Life is not about just improving your life for yourself, but improving life for all who are here. Now, remember this one thing. You have worked very hard in all of your incarnations, very hard to attain this beautiful incarnation upon the earth. It is a blessing. This is a blessing. This place is a blessing. Let go of all of that stuff of the past that's hindering you. Let go of all those beliefs. Let go of that baggage, those bags, those rolling bags, those dragging bags, those knapsacks, those rafts of pain and thorn bushes that you have been carrying. Let go of them. They're not doing you any good. They're certainly not doing anybody else any good. Let them go. Let them be transformed into new growth, into new trees, into new bounty in your life. And you alone will be able to see that which needs to be let go of. And if you'd like a hint, look first at your need for the approval of others and see where that leads you. Let go of that. Let go of that. Let go of the judgmentalness towards them, and you won't need their approval because you won't be judging yourself. We have come to this garden of God, this garden of divine bounty. Enjoy it, sup upon it, treasure it. And if you're anywhere in the vicinity of Chicago, there was the sun this morning. It was out yesterday, and I hear it's going to be out this afternoon. Go sup upon it, and I hope that the sun is there where you are, and that you see the full moon tonight and bathe in the beauty of the moon. And know that that state of I will, use it, my beloved. Say, I will become enlightened. I will become enlightened. I will be happy. I will be content. And I will share that with all of those whom I meet. Namaste. Let us start with close with just a brief meditation, please. Focusing your attention at the sun center. Feel this mantra blessing pouring down upon you. Arahit Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyakshanta Tvamasi Tvameva Kevalang Haratasi Tvameva Kevalang Haratasi Tvameva Saravan Kalvitam Brahmasi Tumsak Shadat Masanityam Rutam Vachami Sacham Vachami Avatwamam Avavoktaram Avashotaram Avadataram Avadataram Avanucha Namavashisham Avapashtatat Avapurustat Avadokshatat Avachorwatat Avotratat Sarvatomam Pahi Pahi Samantat Tu Vinmayas, Tum Chinmayahat, Tum Anandamayas, Tum Brahmamayat, Tum Satchirananda, Twitiosi, Tum Pratyakshan Brahmasi, Tum Andamayosi, Andamayosi, Saravan Jagiridan Twato Jayate, Saravan Jagiridan Twatas Tishtati, Saravan Jagiridan Tuela Meshati, Tum Bhumira Ponalo Nilo Namaha, Tum Chatwari Vakpadani, Tum Guna Trayati, Tahatum Gaya Trayati, Tahatum Kala Trayati, Tahatum Mular Hastityo Sinityam, Tum Brahma, Tum Vishnu, Tum Rudra, Indras, Tum Agnis, Tum Vayus, Tum Suryas, Tum Chandramas, Tum Brahma Burbhubasvarom. Ganadin Purva Mucharya Varnadin Tananantara Manaswaras Parataraha Ardhem Dula Sitchatarina Ruda Metatava Manaswar Rupam Gakaro Purva Rupam Akaro Mariam Rupam Manaswar Chancha Rupam Binduratara Rupam Narasaranam Saghita Sandihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Ganakarichihi Nitru Gayatri Shandaha Garapatir Devata Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Harahit Om Om. Thou art blessed. Share the blessings with all of those who enter your aura.